Understanding fear. Fear is an unavoidable aspect of the human experience. Fear is old and, to some degree, responsible for our success as a species. Any creature that does not run and hide from bigger animals or dangerous situations is likely to be removed from the gene pool before it has the chance to procreate. Fear's primary role in survival explains why it sometimes seems a little traitor-happy. People often refer to the physiological changes that occur when a person experiences fear as the fight or flight response. Breathing rate increases, heart rate follows suit, peripheral blood vessels in the skin constrict, central blood vessels around vital organs dilate to flood them with oxygen and nutrients, and muscles are pumped with blood, ready to react. Muscles, including those at the base of each hair, also become tighter, causing goosebumps. Metabolically, levels of glucose in the blood spike, providing a ready store of energy if the need for action arises. Similarly, levels of calcium and white blood cells in the bloodstream see an increase. The fight or flight response begins in the amygdala, which is an almond-shaped bundle of neurons that forms part of the limbic system. It plays an important role in the processing of emotions, including fear. The amygdala signals the hypothalamus, which then activates the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is where the nervous system meets the endocrine, or hormone, system. The pituitary gland then secretes adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, into the blood. At this time, the sympathetic nervous system, a division of the nervous system responsible for the fight or flight response, gives the adrenal gland a nudge, encouraging it to squirt a dose of epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and other catecholamines into the bloodstream. The body also releases cortisol in response to ACTH, which brings about the rise in blood pressure, blood sugar, and white blood cells. Circulating cortisol turns fatty acids into energy, ready for the muscles to use, should the need arise. Catecholamine hormones, including epinephrine and norepinephrine, prepare muscles for violent action. These hormones can also boost activity in the heart and lungs, reduce activity in the stomach and intestines, which explains the feeling of butterflies in the stomach, inhibit the production of tears and salivation, explaining the dry mouth that comes with the fright, dilate the pupils, produce tunnel vision and reduced hearing. Both the hippocampus, a brain region that is heavily involved in memory, and the prefrontal cortex, which aids high-level decision-making, also help control the fear response. They help us understand whether our fear response is real and justified, or whether we might have overreacted somewhat. If the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex decide that the fear response is exaggerated, they can dial it back and dampen the amygdala's activity. This partly explains why people enjoy watching scary movies. Their sensible thinking brain can overpower the primal parts of the brain's automated fear response. When frightened, most animals freeze for a few moments before they decide what to do next. Sometimes, staying motionless is the best plan. For instance, if you are a small mammal or if you are well camouflaged, staying still could save your life. The researchers found a bundle of fibers that connect one region of the cerebellum, called the pyramus, directly to the POG. Messages that run along these paths cause an animal to freeze with fright. Medical professionals class phobias as an anxiety disorders. The origin of a phobia is difficult to explain, as most people who witness someone's accident do not develop a phobia of accidents, so there is more to it than simple experience. Given our understanding of the amygdala's involvement in the fear response, it is unsurprising that there is a link between phobias and heightened activity in this region. Some people are also in a heightened state of arousal. They always expect to see their trigger even in situations where it is not probable. If these individuals are told that they might come across a snake, activity in their brains differed from that in control participants without a phobia. Specifically, activity in the lateral prefrontal cortex, precuneus, and visual cortex was comparatively lower.